Welcome to this, once again, hopefully short and sweet House of Hoops production with two purposes in mind. The first one being to introduce myself. My name is
S to the OU. I'm going straight to hell if it's really nice to know you.
However, for the purposes of my career's docuseries and this channel, I played a part of Coach J2K, narrator to my player's career, and now voice to reacting from my perspective to the road towards a fingers crossed release of 2K25. And as far as fingers crossed, I keep saying it and I'm gonna say it again. I say that as to a successful release, just saying. The second is to discuss what we got as a release this week. So let's get into it. So, what do I think of what we know of 2K25 to this point? First, I want to touch on the two rollouts we got this week. Earlier this week, we saw my GM, or should I say MyNBA, a mode that I've not dabbled in since I crossed over to 2K from live. Before the My Player aspect, I used to play video games to assess the type of team I drafted when I used to coach outdoor basketball in many summers where I volunteered. We would have young ballers run drills and scrimmages. The coaches would have grading sheets that they would hand over to the convener, which I ended up being for like 2 summers. The info would be tallied as an average of all the scores they received, and we would draft 12 to 15 player rosters. I should say the league was co-ed, so depending on the number of girls that signed up, we would usually have 2 girls per team, sometimes just 1. It all depended on the summer. All that to say that I would, once my team was drafted, create a 12 to 15 player roster on a team and something very similar to my NBA, and experiment with lineups throughout the season that I would play. Before that, I would recreate my high school championship team and watch it play out with different outcomes. So being that I'm content creating, I made it a point to really pay attention to the courtside reports. Now, in fairness, I saw CK2K touch on one of these modes similar to that. They made it sound like it was new, but from my perspective, I believe it was already there. So it's probably just some features that are new. But seeing it from this perspective may have piqued my interest. It's like Brother Brute said, 2K has many modes. Why not expand on what I choose to play? The GM backstory has me extremely intrigued, so that's a plus. And instead of just complaining about what I usually play, since I know I'm going to buy the game regardless, might as well just pretty much test out other modes. The courtside report did bring up a couple of things to my attention. First, in direct relations to my career, was the NBA Cup, as it is dubbed now, I believe. I hope we get to see some sort of celebration upon winning it this time. I felt it very abrupt in its ending on 2K24. The first one I played didn't even have the custom courts. Details, I know, but the devil's in the details, right? The other thing is the glimpse into the city. As far as the interactive part that they mentioned, I get the feeling, based on what we've seen so far, that it won't have much to do with my career. We might just be getting an expansion in functionality versus what we've gotten accustomed to. A building for my team, for example, but an actual room for the auction house should it return, a store to buy those packs, with employees to interact with. I may very well be wrong. This is just an assumption, just saying. For those of you like CK who played this mode before, how do you feel about the addition of the Curry era? I can't really speak on it, never played the mode. Can we use our My Player? I think so, I'd seen something to that extent. Or would we have to recreate him? Therefore, we won't be able to use our scan. I remember that something like that being a restriction, but again, just a question up in the air. Depending upon what it takes to complete the My Career grind, I may just touch that mode. It would be a very nice way to get the extension to the story mode that I was disappointed we didn't get. Again, why so short if it's optional? I'm gonna stand on that. I may actually tried this mode this year. Same could be said about the W. Face scans are great and all, but I can't say that it's a given based on what we've seen on previous years. They had some terrible skins for most of the W players, so despite not really getting a story on both sides of the brand, the immersive feel that the press conference will have should bring some of the needed entertainment I felt was missing in that mode. Again, will I play the mode? That's going to depend on the grind needed for my career. In my hopes and wishes video, I was also saying that they should use the rookie class as focus, and they did that by pretty much adapting the 2K24 Wemby narrative. Whoever played that mode before should enjoy the additions. Will I play it? I just finished saying it. It all depends on my career grind, and as far as hitting the new Redwood Park, nope. Won't be doing that even if I run through their season. I don't want to give them a reason not to consider letting them cross over. Or how about this? Include them in the city. Take the park, give it a section. It could also only be for the W players, but others could come by and check out the games and see them. Who knows? Just an idea. But all in all, not a stagnant progression. I would even call it a W for the W. After all, the mode only made its debut in 2K21. I'll accept the baby steps. Not that 2K needs my approval. Also worth mentioning, the mentorship is a great idea. It would actually do some good on the NBA side as well. Great concept. Just saying. Now, as far as what we've already covered, feel free to visit the previous videos tied to the 2K25 road. I guess you could say tied to the road to 2K25. I should have a playlist up by now. Pro play, let's see what we get. From the beta stage, I'm still hopeful, but I have to once again agree with Brute. Hope they're using the technology to enhance the defensive side of the game as well, on top of just the cutoff system. With my player and my career, I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. I touched on what I felt about my career earlier in this video, so you could go back there, but again, just too short. As far as the new badge level, I'm still unclear on exactly what that'll mean. Does it mean that they nerfed the Hall of Fame to give it to that tier? I mean, again, your players are not going to go over 99, so I'm still confused as to how that's going to work. Mind you, again, 99 is one thing, but badges are another. Again, when we have the game in hand, we'll figure it out. Oh, and bonus information, or I get to say bonus part of this video, especially if you made it this far, I had a haha moment while playing WWE 2K24. Maybe Ronnie didn't lie about the respect option. He was under the impression we should have gotten the respect, in other words, being able to just reassign our attributes and our points. But if you play WWE 2K, it's exactly what we could do. So technically speaking, he was right. Just the wrong game. Just saying. I'll be editing that story soon enough, putting it out on my channel, again, under a different playlist, just to make sure it's a lot easier to see. Now, if you made it this far, thank you. Your time is appreciated. Hope I made my reaction video entertaining for you, as this part of content creating was not in my plans, as I said in my previous videos. So once again, deeply appreciated. If you're new to this channel, welcome. To you and returning subscribers aiding in my first tier goal of reaching the 500 mark, your subscriptions are golden to me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell not to miss any part of this build up towards a fingers crossed release of 2K25. And as I keep saying, as far as fingers crossed, I'm saying that as to a successful release. Now please remember, it's just gaming. I'm just playing. It's Coach J, 2K, I'm just saying. See you next discussion.
I must warn you. Yeah. Look here. A rapper's at battles, at flowing, at putting together words for them verbs to get going. Getting your own flair for your flavor to start showing. Always elevating, always room for growing. A big portion is knowing about the shit you say when the rhymes are flowing. Be careful, your thoughts are showing. Be aware the smoke you blowing. Clear the mirror, homie. See that ass.